Some of the dispute amongst the Arab states of the Gulf goes back a long way to family relationships and history and the creation of these states. Many of these states are not very old. The United Arab Emirates became fully independent in 1970, I believe. There's some history there about the creation of the Emirate of Qatar, the fact that the Qatari royal family has a long-standing relationship with the royal family of Saudi Arabia, and that relationship has had its ups and downs over the years. Both of these royal families are rooted in the same interpretations of Islam and promote the same interpretations of Islam within their countries. So they're very close, but they're not always on the same wavelength. And in the wake of the Arab Spring, I think this came at a moment when the Qataris were increasing their own power and influence in the region, primarily through their new media, their pan-Arab satellite channel, Al Jazeera, that was by far the leading news source for Arabs across the region, and it became the primary news source about the Arab uprisings. For Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, the Arab uprisings were deeply unsettling, not only because of the implications for themselves as monarchies, but also because they saw in the wake of those uprisings the rise of the Muslim Brotherhood politically. And they both perceived the Muslim Brotherhood as an existential threat to their own ideologies, their own leadership. And so they viewed Qatar as the propagator of Muslim Brotherhood ascendance and a sponsor of the Muslim Brotherhood. And I think Qatar did act as a sponsor of Muslim Brotherhood movements in a number of countries and hosted Muslim Brotherhood activists from other countries in Qatar. So that created a lot of bad blood, accusations that the Qataris were intervening into the politics of the Emirates and the kingdom in ways that were unwelcome. And so that's kind of the origin of this dispute. It has now blown up into open conflict twice. Once back in 2014, and that was resolved when Qatar expelled some political dissidents from Emirati dissidents who were living in Qatar. And it was sort of papered over with an agreement brokered by the Gulf Cooperation Council. Then it emerged again in the summer of 2017. And I don't see any prospect that it will be resolved anytime soon. I think that these countries, although they need one another and they cooperate in many ways, especially in countering terrorism, they disagree right now about the direction of politics in the Arab world, and they disagree especially about the role of Islamist movements in politics in the Arab world. And I think they're just at loggerheads over that.